Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Catalina. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about today's topic. It's a video I've been trying to record for probably the last year, and I've just struggled with trying to find the exact words I want to use to explain what I'm trying to say. So let's just get into it. I used to be a stay-at-home mom for over 10 years, actually 11 to be exact. And I went back into the workforce a year and a half ago full time. When I first was getting ready to go back to work, I tried finding videos all over YouTube and I couldn't find a lot that really related to the situation that I'm in or that I was going through at the time, right? When you look up mom videos, there's so many. But when you look up working mom videos, what you tend to find is a lot of moms who work from home, or there are moms who have gone back to work and their babies are maybe 6 months old, a year old, 2 years old. And that wasn't exactly the case for me. My kids are older. I've been home for 11 years. That's quite a big difference versus going back to work after a year, 2, 3 years, right? Maybe can be relatable to other moms who decided to be a stay-at-home mom for many, many, many years. And now it's either time to go back to work because they want to go back to work, or maybe financially you are now having to go back to work. It's hard when the kids are smaller and you don't have someone that you can rely on for babysitting and daycare. And daycare itself is so expensive, especially when you have multiple kids. Sorry, there's a fly buzzing around and it's really irritating me. But anyways, when your kids are younger and you're having to have somebody watch them for you, it can get very expensive, especially when you have multiple kids like I do. It doesn't make financial sense to go to work at the time. If I were to go back to work when the kids were little, I probably would be earning less than I would have to spend for daycare, which obviously doesn't make any sense. So we put it off until the kids were old enough to take care of each other, and that's where we are now. Now, the transition from being a stay-at-home mom for so many years to being a working mom, full-time working mom, was difficult. And to be honest with you guys, it's been a year and a half and it's still really difficult. I thought in the beginning that it would get easier, and it's only gotten harder and harder. I miss being home with the kids. I miss being able to do things with them, like picking them up from school and going to the park, or going to go get ice cream, or whatever it was, those fun things that we would do together during our free time. Now, by the time I get home from work, it's making sure that the homework is getting done, getting dinner started, getting some laundry started, maybe some cleaning up around the house, and then it's time for bed, so we need to do the bedtime routine. And that's it. That's our entire day, Monday through Friday. Actually, Fridays are a little funner because there's no homework or work for me the next day, so we could stay up a little bit later on Fridays. Currently, we also have the boys in football, so Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays have been dedicated to their practices and football games, so that's kind of taking us away from the home and doing things at home a lot during the week as well. And then we're basically down to just Saturday and Sundays being home and being able to do the things to catch up for the rest of the week and prepare for the week coming up. So with all that being said, obviously the very first transition that we had to adjust to was the fact that we now had less time, or I had less time to be home. I'm now 40 hours plus away from the home a week. And so that's a lot of time not to be home, and having to squeeze everything that we have to do, either, the weekdays, the evenings of the weekdays and all day on the weekends, can get overwhelming, especially on the weekends when we have events to go to, or if we have, like this weekend, we're gonna have a dinner party. So I've been slowly kind of preparing for that, decorating, getting things ready. But it's stuff that I have to plan ahead so far now, just to make sure that we're ready for things that are going to be happening in the future. We're having to plan things like grocery shopping and meal plans, which is something I tried to do before, but it really wasn't that big of a deal if I kind of just went on the fly. It feels like now there's a lot more need to actually plan everything down to a T, just so things go a little bit smoother throughout the week. Don't forget, it's also important to plan for free time and like weekends. We have we just had a weekend and it was amazing, where we made zero plans and we kind of just walked around the house. We put on football or whatever we wanted to watch. The kids got to play games, video games, and watch YouTube videos, whatever. And during that time, we kind of like looked around and assessed the house and got to attack and complete things that needed to get done without necessarily having a plan, but knowing that there was things around the house that we would want to get done. So that was really fun, you know, planning a weekend where you don't have a specific plan, but you just kind of leave it open to get done what feels necessary for the weekend. I really enjoyed that we were able to set aside time for that. Obviously, time is a huge adjustment that we had to make, and we now have to just kind of plan a little bit better, and things can go smoothly. Obviously, things are going to go wrong here and there, but you just gotta plan for things to go wrong as well, and then you'll be okay. All right, the next biggest difference is obviously that we were making more money now. We went from having one income to two. We were able to upgrade our living situation from a tiny apartment to this big, beautiful home. We are still renting. Ultimately, I'm okay with that. So we've all been really happy with the fact that we've been able to move from that apartment into this place. It's been a really good thing for us. So that's definitely a positive with getting back to work, is making more money so we can afford things like this. We're also able to go on longer, nicer vacations, or we're able to actually do the funner activities during our vacation, which has been awesome as well, and make really great memories. Or we're able to also go on some fun weekend trips or daycations and do the things that we maybe have been wanting to do, but we couldn't afford it before. Now we are being a little irresponsible with our money. We're very excited to have this extra income. I'm very excited. And I do tend to blow it on things that maybe aren't as important. We are now in the holiday season, so obviously we're going to be spending a lot of money there on gifts, on dinner parties, and decor. We went from the small apartment to this bigger space, so now I have more space to decorate. Decorating is probably one of my favorite things to do, decorating and crafting and decorating with my crafts. It's just been really fun. I really do enjoy it, even though it feels like I have less time. Not feels like, even though I have less time to dedicate towards crafting things, when I am able to sit down and make something, it's very fulfilling. Let's be real here. When you make more money, you spend more money. So we're still left at the end of, you know, the 2 weeks before we get our next paycheck broke as heck. Like I said a little bit ago, we're trying to rein back on spending so much money, and hopefully after this holiday season has passed, we'll start putting more money into savings again, like we should have been doing this whole time. But it's okay. We'll give ourselves a little bit of grace. Making more money has definitely been nice and beneficial to us, but make more money, spend more money, and yeah, just kind of how it is, right? Third biggest transition is that I am not home all day anymore to do all the things at home, which really probably the last 3 years I had actually given up on trying to do it all. I really got into this repetitive rut, just constantly cleaning and watching everyone make a mess again and not care. And I was the one who was stuck with, even if it was just the guilt of like, I'm home all day, I should be cleaning, feeling really bad, feeling really down on myself, feeling like I wasn't enough. I really equated my value to how good I was at maintaining the home, because I was home all day. Like that was my job, right? Was to be a stay-at-home mom and wife and do all the things, and I wasn't doing all the things, and so I was feeling really bad about myself. Now with me at work, I obviously can't do all the things, and everyone in the house now has responsibilities and chores to help out with the house. And for me personally, for me mentally, that has been huge. My husband has helped with getting groceries taken care of, with either figuring out what the meal is going to be or taking care of dinner altogether. He probably cooks more meals in the week than I do now, which I'm very happy about. I'm not a fan of cooking. I take care of the majority of the laundry, although I am trying to teach the kids how to do their own laundry, but that still requires me being on top of them, being like, hey, come on, let's do it. Teaching them how to use the machines and all that. We have a rotating weekly chore system for the kids. I have a chart upstairs, but really nobody ever looks at it. The 3 different chore sections are dishes, and that is washing, loading, and unloading the dishwasher. When we first started this, it was only unloading the dishwasher. Now they are all old enough to actually wash them themselves, load and unload the dishwasher. It's probably my favorite chore that the kids help take care of in the house. Every once in a while, me or my husband will step in when it gets completely out of control, or like this weekend, we're having a dinner party, so one of us is probably gonna have to help out with just getting everything done and put away so that we can have the house clean for the weekend. The second category for this chore system is bathrooms. So on a day-to-day basis, that would be keeping it up and maintaining it, organizing. Yeah, they're not on top of it every day, but at least we have someone when we need them to get it done. You know, we just ask the person who's in charge of the bathrooms that week, hey, can you please go reorganize everything and straighten everything out? And then on the weekends is when they would do like cleaning the toilets or the bathtub, the mirrors, countertops, things like that. And then the third chore category is trash and pets. Pets tend to make a lot of trash. So our trash pickup day is on Fridays. The kids help us gather trash around on Thursdays, not all the time. Sometimes they're just in a hurry to go get it out there, but that is part of their responsibility, is helping us with that, or picking up trash around the house, collecting trash from the other rooms, scooping up the dog waste in the backyard. And we're starting to blend pet care into that as well right now. So all this stuff takes time, guys. Don't expect, you know, if you're starting a new chore system or whatever, for your kids to just jump on board right away. I would really suggest don't even share with them the bigger picture or plan of what you expect them to do in the future. You know, just start with little baby steps. You know, like I said, with the dishes, if your kids aren't helping out, of course. If they're already helping out, good job. I'm so proud of you. It took us a little while to get that going, but you know, starting with small chores like putting away the dishes or throwing out the trash or just picking up the bathroom, something small and simple at first so they don't get overwhelmed. And then once they have that down, then you could start building up on top of it. Maybe I should just make that a whole nother video too. So much content ideas coming from this one video today. So yeah, those seem to be the three biggest transitions. Two of them are very obvious. It's less time at home, more money in your pockets. And the third one is one that I think maybe, you know, eventually comes in time, but it's really great for you to think about this before you go back into work, because you can start things like the chore system ahead of time so that your kids, once you're actually at work, they already know the routine and understand their responsibilities. That way, when you come home, you can just remind them, hey, can you go do your chore, instead of having to take the time to teach them when you're also exhausted from coming home from work. I can go into making a whole nother video of some of the things that we taught the kids before we went back to work. So I can make a video kind of discussing the chore system, maybe some meals and snacks that we taught them how to make as well, so that they can feed themselves until we get home. Yeah, nothing else is coming to mind right now. I do have to get going for work, so I'm gonna go do that. And if you guys found this video relatable or helpful, please give the video a like. Even go ahead and comment in the comment section. I love reading people's comments and responding back to them. I still respond to comments that I get from videos like 2-3 years ago, because honestly, I'm touched that somebody took the time to watch my video and they felt inspired by something to share a comment with me. I love it. So if you have anything to say, don't be afraid or embarrassed, just go ahead and comment below, and I'd love to have a conversation with you about it, or respond to you, or, you know, whatever. Even if it's advice for what has worked for you to kind of handle the transition better. Now, like I said, it has been 1.5 years for me, but I feel like we're still constantly improving our routines and improving ways that we do things so that things can go smoother in the future. So I'd love to hear it if you had any more advice for me, and I will see you guys in the next video.